Imagine this for a second. A tiny, ordinary-looking 2015 the Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin is resting somewhere in your house, maybe in a drawer, maybe mixed with loose change, and you have no idea that this small copper-colored coin could be the one everyone is searching for. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. And this is not one of those fake internet stories people spread for likes. If you watch carefully and listen till the end, you'll understand why some collectors stop breathing for a moment when they hear 2015 the Lincoln cent. Most people think modern coins are boring, common, and worthless. That's exactly why many rare pieces slip through unnoticed. The 2015 the Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and officially it is considered a modern circulation coin. But here's where things get interesting. Modern coins are mass-produced, yes, but errors, anomalies, and unusual characteristics are where the real money hides. This coin normally weighs about 2.5 grams because it's made of zinc with thin copper plating. If your coin feels different, looks different, or weighs even slightly off, that's when collectors start paying serious attention. Now listen carefully, because this is where the suspense begins. Some 2015 the Lincoln cents have been reported with striking errors, die cracks, double details, off-center strikes, weak mint marks, or unusual surfaces that were never meant to leave a mint. These mistakes are not supposed to exist, and when they do, they turn a 1-cent coin into something completely different. This is why people say, check every penny, because the one you ignore today could be the one people fight over tomorrow. I want to be very clear here, so don't get confused by random comments or fake claims online. Not every 2015 D penny is worth big money. But if you happen to own one with a genuine verified mint error, the value can jump from pocket change to amounts that sound unreal. Some extreme error coins from modern years have sold for thousands, tens of thousands, and in very rare headline cases, prices people describe as life-changing. I'm not making fun. And I'm not saying this will happen to everyone, but collectors pay insane prices for the right coin. Think about this feeling for a moment. You're holding a coin you've seen 100 times before, but suddenly you notice something strange. The weight feels off. The strike looks different. Lincoln's face doesn't look normal. The mint mark looks damaged or unusual. At that moment, curiosity turns into excitement, and excitement turns into hope. This is exactly how people discover rare coins. Not in banks, not in museums, but in their own hands. Here's another thing most people don't realize. You don't need a fancy shop to sell a rare coin. If your 2015 the Lincoln cent turns out to be special, you can offer it through major coin auctions, online marketplaces like eBay, or even collector groups on Facebook. Serious buyers are always watching these platforms. They know what to look for, and they're ready to pay when something authentic appears. One listing, one bid war, and suddenly your ordinary coin becomes the center of attention. People often ask, why am I confused? Why does this sound too good to be true? That confusion is exactly what causes many people to miss opportunities. If you already have the coin, why not take advantage of it? Why leave it ignored in a jar when it could be examined, weighed, and checked properly? The biggest mistake is not checking at all. Coins don't make people rich by magic. Knowledge does. Let me say this slowly and honestly. Don't focus on lies, rumors, or wild promises. Focus on facts, details, and verification. A real error coin stands on its own proof. Weight, metal, strike, alignment, and condition all matter. If something feels wrong in a good way, that's when professionals get involved. This is how collectors protect themselves and why genuine pieces reach shocking prices. Imagine the story you could tell. A single penny that everyone ignored, suddenly turning into something that changes your financial situation, even if it's not millions, even if it's just enough to help you breathe easier. This is why people collect coins. Not just for money, but for the thrill, the mystery, and the possibility hidden in plain sight. So if you have a 2015 the Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin, don't rush, don't panic, and don't laugh it off. Look at it closely. Weigh it. Compare it. Learn about it. Because sometimes the smallest coin carries the biggest surprise. I'm not joking, and I'm not here to mislead you. The next move is yours, and that's what makes this story so powerful. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you might sound unbelievable at first, and I know some people will say this is impossible, but I'm not joking, and I'm not here to mislead anyone. Imagine holding a simple 2016 the Abraham Lincoln 1-cent in your hand. The same coin people ignore every day. The same coin that feels almost worthless. Now imagine that exact coin become the reason your life changes overnight. Stay with me. Don't skip a second, because the truth behind this coin is far more shocking than you think. At first glance, the 2016 D. Lincoln cent looks normal. Lincoln's portrait, "In God We Trust," and that familiar copper color. Most people don't know that this is a modern zinc penny, weighing about 2.5 grams, with a thin copper coating. Millions were made at the Denver Mint. So yes, in normal condition it is common. But here's where things get interesting, and this is where most people get confused and walk away too early. What if I told you that not every 2016 D penny is the same? What if one tiny mistake during minting turned an ordinary cent into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery? Errors happen when coins are struck too fast, with damaged dies, wrong pressure, or misaligned planchets. And when those errors slip through quality control, they don't just become rare, they become legendary. Some collectors actively search for major mint errors like off-center strikes, double dies, cracked dies, missing letters, weak or distorted mint marks, wrong planchet errors, or extreme weight differences. If your coin looks strange, feels lighter or heavier than 2.5 grams, or shows doubling or distortion that doesn't look like damage, you might be holding something far more powerful than you realize. This is not fantasy. This is how rare coins are born. Now, let me say something very clearly, so no one misunderstands me. I am not saying every 2016 D penny is worth millions. That would be dishonest. But I am saying this. In the rarest and most extreme verified error cases, collectors have paid life-changing money for modern coins. And when competition, demand, and hype collide at major auctions, prices can reach levels that shock even experts. People laugh and say, "It's just a penny." That's exactly why opportunities are missed. History is full of coins that were ignored for years and later sold for insane amounts. Some collectors didn't even know what they had until a professional examination revealed the truth. And when that happens, the story spreads fast, demand explodes, and suddenly everyone wants that coin. Here's the part that creates confusion. You might see different prices online. Some say a few cents. Some say hundreds. Some say unbelievable numbers. Don't fall for fake claims or random screenshots. Real value depends on authentication, grading, and the type of error. Without professional verification, no one can promise a price. But with verification, the game completely changes. If you truly believe your coin is special, you are not powerless. People sell rare coins through coin auctions, eBay, and even collector groups on Facebook. Serious buyers watch these places every day. But smart sellers don't rush. They document the coin, weigh it properly, compare it with verified examples, and when possible, submit it to a professional grading service. That's how real money enters the picture. Let me ask you something honestly. Why are you confused? If this coin is already in your possession, what do you lose by checking it carefully? People spend years chasing opportunities, while some are literally sitting in drawers and wallets. This is not about blind greed. It's about awareness. The difference between rich stories and poor excuses is often knowledge. I know some people will say, this is all hype. I say this. Hype doesn't create rare errors. Minting mistakes do. Hype only shows up after collectors realize what exists. That's why I'm telling you, don't ignore what looks ordinary. Examine it closely. Compare it. Learn before you dismiss it. And one last thing, very important. This video is for education and awareness only. Coin values change, markets fluctuate, and no price is guaranteed. Always rely on professional opinions, not rumors. Don't believe every claim you hear online. But also don't underestimate what you already have in your hand. Because sometimes the smallest coin carries the biggest surprise. And sometimes the difference between walking past wealth and holding it is simply knowing where to look. Listen carefully and don't blink, because what I'm about to tell you sounds unbelievable. But stay with me till the end before you decide anything. In your hand, you might be holding a United States of America modern Abraham Lincoln 1 cent, dated 2011 with the D Mint mark. Most people look at this coin and say, it's just a penny, but that's exactly how real opportunities are missed. This is not a joke. I'm not exaggerating for fun, and I'm not here to waste your time. This small copper-colored coin has shocked collectors before, and it can shock you too if you know what to look for. Now here's where the suspense begins. Officially, millions of 2011 D. Lincoln cents were made in Denver. So yes, on the surface it looks common, but history has proven one thing again and again. The real money is not in normal coins, it's in the mistakes. Errors, varieties, and mint anomalies are where legends are born. Coins that people once ignored later sold for life-changing amounts. That's why you should not scroll away, because your coin might not be normal at all. Let me tell you something most people don't even bother to check. The standard weight of a 2011 Lincoln cent is about 2.5 grams because it's made of zinc with a thin copper coating. But what if your coin is underweight, overweight, or feels different in hand? Where the color looks off, the edge feels strange, or the sound it makes when dropped is unusual. These small details are exactly where hidden treasure starts to reveal itself. Now imagine this for a second. What if your 2011 D. Lincoln cent has a rare mint error, like a double die, an off-center strike, a cracked die, a die chip, a weak or distorted D mint mark, or even a wrong planchet error? These things are real, they exist, and when they're verified by experts, the value doesn't stay at 1 cent. In extreme and ultra-rare cases, coins like this have been talked about in numbers that sound crazy, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. I'm telling you straight, this is not a joke. People laugh when they hear $1 million penny. But those same people laugh at others who found rare coins in pocket change and later sold them at major coin auctions. The difference between being broke and being lucky is knowledge. If your coin turns out to be a genuine, certified, top-grade error, it can change everything overnight. 1 small cent can open doors you never imagined. And here's the part that really gets people confused. You don't need to be rich to take advantage of this. If you believe your coin has something special, you can send it to professional grading companies for authentication. After that, you're not stuck. You can list it in coin auctions, sell on eBay, or even find serious collectors through Facebook coin groups. Real buyers are out there, watching, waiting for rare pieces to appear. Don't listen to people who immediately say it's fake or it's impossible. At the same time, don't blindly believe every lie you hear online either. Be smart. Look closely at your coin, compare it, weigh it, study it. Real collectors don't rush, but they also don't ignore chances. If this coin is sitting in your drawer right now, doing nothing, ask yourself why you're hesitating. I see so many people stay confused and scared, and that's exactly why opportunities slip away. If you already have a coin, you've already crossed the hardest step. The next step is using your brain instead of your fear. Coins don't make people rich by magic, but rare coins in the right condition with the right errors absolutely can change lives. Picture this final scene. You once thought it was just a penny. Now imagine holding that same coin, certified, listed, with collectors bidding and messages flooding in. One decision separates those two realities. I'm not forcing you, and I'm not promising miracles, but I am telling you this honestly. If your 2011 D Lincoln Cent has a genuine rare error, ignoring it could be the biggest mistake of your life. Check your coin, understand its potential, and if it's real, take advantage of it.